down the track, and I don't think he's going to have an easy time with him. So he's got to not so much think about what goes on after this. He's got to think about what goes on right now.
Absolutely. The one thing about Michael Sims, you know, he doesn't have a particularly distinguished record, but he does go the distance with a lot of good fighters. He's not a guy who's going to go down easily. He's going to be a durable guy, and he will test Troy Ross tonight.
This is the easy part right here. The ring walk. He's a champion right now.
Yes, he is. Nobody ever looks better than they do in the ring walk.
So Troy Ross making his way into the ring, and when we come back, we'll talk about the other half of this matchup. Our first fight, the contender champion trying to take a step toward a real championship.
You know what the Midwest is, y'all.
Welcome you back. Troy Ross and Michael Sims about to get it on in our first fight of the evening. We're at the Bell Center here in Montreal, Quebec. Barry Tompkins, Wally Matthews telling you all about it here on Versus. And Michael Sims, now, you know, it's a record that you look at and you say, but you know what? There's a lot of reasons for his having lost 6 of his last 7 fights.
Well, there always is. You know, matchmaking usually is the biggest reason. But, I mean, look, he's tried his hand at heavyweight. He's fought as high as 213 pounds. He's not a heavyweight. Much more effective at around this weight, right around 200. And as you said, he's lost 6 of his last 7 when he went the distance in every one of them. So this guy's not an easy touch.
No, he's not. And he says he's going to take the fight to this guy. He's going to take it to Troy Ross.
Well, he should. He should. You know what? He's an experienced guy. Troy Ross, you know, he won the contender tournament, but it's not the same as fighting, you know, truly tough, hardened guys like this, you know, on a regular basis. He's a pretty good puncher, Troy Ross, but he showed some raw edges in the contender finale. We saw him. He's a southpaw. Tries to set up his left cross, which is a powerful punch. Sometimes he paws a little bit with his right hand. And as you pointed out in the open, Barry, 34 years old. I mean, the clock is ticking on this guy.
Yeah, there's no question about it. And I think he's got a much tougher opponent than his record would show. Here are the numbers. Both guys getting up there. Sims is 34. Troy Ross about to be 34. Sims does have a height advantage. He hopes to use that. Wants to utilize his jab. Talk about
and there are the rules. You see the three knockdown rule is in effect here tonight. No standing 8 count. Only the referee can stop the fight. Neither fighter can be saved by the bell in any round.
And with that, we're just about set to go with our first fight of the
maintenant les juges pour ce combat de 10 rounds chez les lourds légers. Ladies and gentlemen, as we welcome millions of boxing fans across America, joining us live on Versus. Here are the 3 judges appointed at ringside to score this cruiserweight battle consisting of 10 rounds of action. Richard de Carufel, Pasquale Procopio, Benoît Roussel. L'arbitre du combat, referee in charge of this battle, Mr. Michael Griffin. D'abord, dans le coin rouge, portant la culotte rouge et noire et pesant 199,4 livres. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, wearing red trunks with black trim, his official weight, 199.4 pounds. En 31 combats, il a 20 victoires, 13 par KO et 1 verdict nul. His professional record consists of 20 victories, 13 coming by way of knockout, and 1 draw in 31 bouts. Champion du monde amateur en 1999, 1999 amateur champion of the world from Sacramento, California, USA. Please welcome Michael Famous Sims. Son adversaire dans le coin bleu porte la culotte noire et verte et pèse 193,4 livres. Across the ring, his opponent fights out of the blue corner, wears black trunks with green trim. His official weight, 193.4 pounds. En 22 combats, il a 21 victoires, 15 par KO. With a professional record showing 21 victories, 15 coming by way of knockout in 22 bouts. Champion de la série, the contender en 2009. Please welcome from Toronto, Ontario, Canada. He is the reigning champion of TV's The Contender, the boss, Troy Amos Ross.
All right, gentlemen, you both received my instructions in the dressing room. You must obey my commands. Remember to protect yourselves always. I want you to touch gloves now. We're boxing at the bell. Good luck, man.
So two guys who really know each other. They are not strangers to one another.
No, they actually fought as amateurs. I think back in 2000, Ross won that one by decision. So maybe a little extra motivation for Mr. Sims here.
Say they both understand each other. They both know each other. They both actually have hung out together, spent a few hours with each other just the other night. But as they both say, this is business.
Absolutely business. And, you know, Troy Ross is the kind of guy I could see hanging out with an opponent and getting along fine with him. And then on fight night, you know, doing what he has to do.
Well, that's right. They're both good guys, actually. Incidentally, Sims comes in here pretty cold.
Yeah, he does. Very dry, isn't he?
One thing that Ross said he cannot do is stay in front of Sims. Sims, on the other hand, said the biggest thing for him, stay off the ropes. Keep the fight in the center of the ring.
And you see Sims, the taller guy, as we saw, about 3 inches taller, about 6 pounds heavier. I mean, certainly the bigger guy. Let's see if he can use the size to his advantage here.
Yeah, he had fought up around 210, 211, even as high as 213 at one point.
Yeah, he's just not a big enough puncher, though, really, to fight with those guys. This might be, you know, a much more suitable weight class for him. We'll see how he does.
Round one, and even though they know each other, largely a feeling out process going on in the first minute of this fight.
It has been 9 years.
That's right. That's right. Things have changed.
Getting reacquainted. See, Sims covers up pretty well. This guy, he knows how to survive.
Said he had to work the jab. So far, he's not shown it very much.
Ross is not really an easy guy to jab, especially early in the fight. You notice he carries his hands very high. Kind of tough to slip through with the jab, but there you go. Use it as a can opener for the left hand.
That's straight a little bit low. This is where Sims does not want to be.
No, this is definitely not his fight. But then again, Ross is not really turning up the heat on him very much with him on the ropes. Being very deliberate so far.
I think there is a certain respect between these two guys. They both do have a little pop. They're both capable of getting you out of there.
No punches. Step back, fellas.
No, they definitely are. The thing about Sims is that most of his knockouts came against guys in like the 185 to 195 range.
Good left hand from Ross.
Yeah, that's his money shot. That's the one he won the contender finale with. Kind of throws it as an overhand punch.
I think I've got Sims' attention.
Watch your head, Floyd.
Another good left hand.
So he's trying to chop now over those gloves because Sims has got his gloves up there high too. He's trying to. It's actually the second time he strayed low there, right? I believe the first time he's been worn.
So an effective first round for Troy Ross.
Time, fellas.
All right, let's take a look at Ross in round one. There's that overhand left hand. Kind of lands behind the ear.
Yeah, it didn't look quite as good on the replay as it did in reality, did it?
No.
Sims' corner, they're telling him don't stand in front of him. That's what you were doing in the second part of that round. And pretty good advice.
Yeah, you know, we talked about how the jab could be a good weapon. This pretty good left hand again by Troy Ross for Sims. But in the first round, he threw 17 jabs, Barry. Only landed one of them.
Yeah, and that's not going to get it done. Another good left hand. Got Sims going backward. Ross has found a home for that left hand. And if he keeps working the body as his corner wanted him to.
You know, another thing, Sims, I did not think Sims was a southpaw, and he's not. He kind of switches back and forth, and why he's chosen to fight Troy Ross as a southpaw, I don't really know. I mean, it's almost like he's playing right into Ross's hands.
You know, we asked him about that when we talked to him yesterday, and he said that he doesn't even think about it. It's just instinctive.
Well, maybe he feels more comfortable in that. But the same way a lot of right-handed fighters have trouble fighting southpaws, you would think some southpaws would have trouble. Well, maybe not. They see more right-handed boxers.
Here again, this is not the fight that Sims wants.
Not
he said he's got to stay off the ropes and keep it in the center of the ring, and not able to do that so far.
Not even making an attempt. Right now, he could easily spin out of this corner here. I mean, this is exactly where Ross wants to work, although he did catch a couple of uppercuts.
Yes, he did.
See, that's the thing with Sims' jab. He's really not pushing it out there with very much authority. In fact, he's pushing it. He's not snapping.
Exactly. He's just